me, RaNature, powerwithnature.com, coming for a quick video and a talk about Ascension and what does it mean when someone says, you know, they are ascending, and especially when we hear a lot of talk about ascending out of 3D reality and into 5D reality. First, I would like to really point out, when speaking of Ascension and 3D reality, 5D, you know, all these different dimensions, all of this is really speaking of your mindset. I mean, that's what it really comes down to, because ascending out of this dimension and going somewhere else, that's technically not exactly what is meant when this is said. You know, it's always great debate about where we go when we so-called die and blah 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 and all that. You know, we can't really even speak about that because, I mean, none of us have experienced it. Obviously, we're living. So when we think of ascension, I think of it more as in I am ascending where I physically, in my physical existence, tongue-tied, right now in this moment. Meaning I am expanding in my thought process. I'm expanding in my spiritual presence. You know, I think about, for example, I think back about, you know, a life of living, you know, like Ratchet. You listen to Ratchet music, eating low vibrational foods, going places, doing things that just do not serve your higher good. And then once you begin to expand in your mindset and expand in the way that you live, you start, those lower level ways begin to fall off. So you begin to extend out of that way of living, and you begin to want to only do things that support your highest self. You only want to begin to eat foods that make you feel good, versus eating foods that make you sick to your stomach or make you lazy or want to lay around. You know, even the habits, smoking, drinking, it's as if you begin to extend out of those lower level ways of being and want to begin to do and live a life that is more in alignment with your higher self, with your higher state of being. So when we speak of ascending out of, let's say, 3D reality and going to 5D, well, technically you can do that now in your physical existence, where you are physically right now. It's a lot of focus placed on, you know, death. You know, right now everything is so surrounding death. Like, if you think about it, everything is just always about death, you know, and not enough emphasis being placed on life. Well, we know that it's done by design because it's certain forces that don't want you to realize that you're living right now. And as you're living right now, you should be having all those experiences right now in this moment. The greatest misconception, and especially religion teaches this, is that we must die first before we go to heaven, or even die first and then go to hell. Well, if you think about it, there are physical people in this existence right now that are already living in heaven. They live in a tropical place, you know, they have everything they want, everything they desire. And then we have those that are living in physical hell right now. You know, they are incarcerated, or they're experiencing extreme poverty where they're hungry every single day and they live in dirty, unsanitary conditions. Well, that's considered hell to me. I mean, to me, that seems worse than some imaginary place that is filled with fire or, you know, whatever. You could be in pain and agony right now in this physical existence. So that kind of ties in with the whole thought of ascension and just expanding and spiraling out in your where you physically are right now. And in order to do that, you know, it takes a lot. It takes a lot to come from a place where a certain lifestyle is all that you're accustomed to, and a certain way of living is all that you know. And then to come out of that and to want more, meaning you want to get into a physical place that is beautiful, a physical place where it's the ocean or the mountains, and it's peace and quiet, and you get to eat the way that you really, really, truly want to eat, or, and just have your own time belong to you. You don't no longer have to go to work or take care of bills or any of that. So it takes a lot of work to spiral and to get into that place of existence. So I believe that this is why it's easier for you to believe that you're ascending out of a 3D reality and into 5D dimension. It's easier to do that than it is to easily change your life circumstance and to change what you have or what you're experiencing right now. See, that takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work to change the people that you have around you. It takes a lot of work to change the habits that you're accustomed to right now in this moment. It takes a lot to get out of that, but it's so easy to just say, oh, when I die, I go to heaven. Oh, that is really, really easy. I mean, that is like super easy. But the challenge is creating that heaven in your physical existence right now. I'm a very, very big, firm believer, and I believe this because I'm experiencing it now. I live a life where I am connected in the most naturalist way of living possible. I live among the trees every day. I'm even going into an even more beautiful place than I am in now. Soon you will be able to see the work that, me and my significant other energy have been doing. And it's all because we are working on our ascension here in this physical realm now. We're not waiting to ascend when we die. Or we're not waiting to ascend when all of a sudden some dramatic event happens and it's some dramatic apocalypse, and then all of a sudden we all are transformed into a different realm of existence physically. No, I'm experiencing my transitioning from so-called 3D reality to so-called 5D reality in my mind. And I can attest to that because I've come from a low vibrational place of being. I come from the hood. I live right in the middle of the daggone hood. Okay, that's where I come from. That's where I've been my whole physical existence, until I came into the realization within my own mind that I don't even have to live that life. I don't have to live that way. I don't have to be there physically. I don't have to do any of that. So I had to make a lot of hard decisions and hard choices to leave all of that physically behind while I'm in my physical existence right now. I didn't stay in the hood and say, oh, when I die, I get to go to heaven and live in a tropical, blah, 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 whatever. Whatever your vision of what heaven would be, or whatever that state of existence is. I didn't sit and just say, all of this is going to come. One day, all of this, this realm of existence is going to change, and we'll be in 5D, and it'll just be love and light and da-da-da-da. I chose to take responsibility and to actualize that life right now, in this moment, while I'm physically here. And it took a lot of work, a lot of changes, a lot of pain, a lot of growing pain, because it hurts when we grow. It really does. It hurts when we have to let go of something old and to grab onto something new. And that's really where the challenge comes in, because a lot of people cannot handle doing that. A lot of people cannot handle that type of transition. And I understand that, but I'm also here to let you know. If you're viewing this video right now and you're hearing my voice, that it is possible for everyone to do. I am special, because I know I'm special. I know I'm special for multiple reasons, but you are too as well. You just have to know this for yourself. And none of it will come until you begin to know this for yourself and begin to internalize this within yourself. Then you'll be able to ascend. Then you'll be able to, it's crawling all on my screen. Then you'll be able to experience that in the now, in this moment. You won't have to so-called die and then experience it. You can live it right now, where you're at, in this moment, in this time-space continuum. And to me, that is the greatest gift that any of us can have for ourselves, is to be able to have it now and not be so consumed in thought with having it when we so-called die or, you know, later on in life. Like, to me, that thought is really, really not cool. I don't want to sit and think that, because then I'm just spending my days waiting to so-called die or whatever. You know, I don't even like saying that word. When I say the word, it's just like, it's so low vibrational, I have to bring myself down to even say it, you know. And I just, you know, the video has to be a certain length and space and time. But just to quickly, just to maybe open your eyes and realize that ascension is happening now. You're ascending now. You're raising your vibration now. You're coming out of lower ways of living now. You're changing your habits now. You're creating your reality now. You're doing all these things now in this moment. And it doesn't have to necessarily be later or whenever. Like, you know, that's that's showing that you have no control, and you have full control. You are in control of it all. And staying in that, you know, religious mindset of something coming later is definitely relinquishing the control that you have. And it's just making you sit and spend each day, oh, when is it going to come? Oh, when is it going to happen? Instead of making it happen now. You know, instead of doing it now. Instead of writing down what it is that you want now. What type of life you want to live. And when I speak about that, let's try to get out of the lower level of only having a certain type of car and a certain type of house. I mean, come on now. We can get houses and cars easily. You know, I've had houses, I've had cars, I've did all that. What I haven't done is journey to new lands. What I haven't done is to go new places. What I haven't done is to reach a space within myself that is free from all lower level types of desires, wants, and needs. That I haven't done fully all the way yet. There's a lot of experiences that I haven't had that don't even require money. To me, having the cars and the house, okay, whatever, fine, you can have that. I'm not here to say that you can't have it. You can have it. It's actually very simple. But what's not simple is the experiences that don't cost money. That's what's the challenge, is to do and to have what you can't buy. You know, like when they say you can't buy happiness. Okay, to have and to experience happiness, you can't buy that. To have and to experience joy. To have and experience love. Oh, that's a big one. You can't buy love. Ask any of these so-called millionaires and billionaires out here. You can't buy love. You can buy a person, but you can't buy their love. That type of love that is truly felt in connection, you know. I don't even really like using the word love, but for this video's sake, I'll say love. But I feel it's more seeing a person. But, you know, that's a different conversation for a different time. And this video has to end now. You know, it's RaNature. I hope you have subscribed so that you can get more content like this and, you know, stay connected. Peace and harmony in your day. Rebuilding, restoring order to the planet is the real dealing.